Here we go.
If you like well-written animated films with heart, humor, and great action, actually scratch that. If you are currently or have ever been alive, then you probably love
Alive.
The Incredibles.
This is mostly true, though.
Experience a film that's got a little bit of everything. From Silver Age comic book heroes to a dark snapshot of a dying marriage. Slick retro James Bond style to a portrait of a midlife crisis. The warm glow of familial love to the soul-crushing modern-day workplace. Once again, you'll pay Pixar to yank your heart around like an emotional yo-yo.
When they put it like that, it sounds so much
an incredibly
worse,
dysfunctional family. Violet is neglected. Dash is hurting people for fun. Bob is sneaking around behind his wife's back, and Helen's in denial about his obvious lies.
Have a great trip.
Thanks, sweetie.
They've got more issues than a comic book shop, and the only way to resolve them is to put on spandex and beat the crap out of some robots together.
As a family.
I love you.
That's right.
Enter a world where the government has banned superheroes for fairly obvious reasons.
You knocked down a building?
Now, Bob will have to adjust to not being able to punch people for a living.
That's right.
Until he leaps in an opportunity to work for a killer robot company with a volcano lair.
That's also right.
Dude, you were a hero for like decades, and you didn't see any red flags here? I'm starting to think this guy just wants to hurt people with no consequences. Hey, heroes don't do that, unless you're Batman. Batman totally does that. Coward before one of the best supervillains of all time, Syndrome. A perfect prediction of today's entitled fan culture. He's a nerd who loves something so much that when it didn't live up to his expectations,
You're not affiliated with me.
he declared war on it. And now, only the Incredibles can stop him from, letting me buy rocket boots?
I'll sell my invention so that everyone
Wait
can
a
be
minute.
superheroes.
Well, that's just great. Now how am I supposed to become a hero?
Oh, no.
Toxic waste-covered reptiles aren't cheap, you know. Enjoy the best Fantastic Four movie never made that fixes all the flaws from those awful, awful films, having its four heroes feel like a real family,
Awful,
not
awful
treating their
films.
powers like a joke,
Thank you.
and making it so Mr. Fantastic is married to the Thing, which is way hotter. I mean, better. I mean, damn it, they're just both so thick. So cheer up, Logan, and turn that frown upside down, Rorschach, because The Incredibles proves you don't have to be R-rated to be a violent, angsty superhero
That's the
movie
truth.
with a super high body count. Attempted suicide. Heroes threatening to murder innocent people.
It'll be easy, like breaking a toothpick.
Grown men shooting at little kids. And little kids killing grown men.
There we go.
You wonder what made Brad Bird fly into a homicidal rage between the Iron Giant and this movie. Probably box office.
Money.
Starring
Money, money, money.
Hunk Hill, Stretch Arms Mom,
Okay.
Nick Fleury, Phony Stark, Dick Silver,
Phony.
Violet, you're turning Violet, the Epcot Center,
Okay.
Grown-Up Stewie. Do you find something comical about my appearance when I'm driving my automobile?
And what's that from?
This is Fantastic 40.
I know that one. Mm-mm-mm.
So that old cape rant that Edna goes on,
No capes.
were those her designs that got all those heroes killed before she learned her lesson? Because, whew, that's dark.
Oh my God.
So you have an animation script for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called The
Young
Incredibles, and it's
Ryan.
about a family of superheroes. Great, the kids are
Younger,
gonna
I
love
guess.
that. For sure. So at the beginning, we're gonna have a, attempted suicide. What? Well, this guy hates his life, so he hopes that jumping off a building and splattering on the pavement below will provide some relief from his sad, sad existence. And this is a kid's movie. Yeah. Kinda
That's right.
dark. No, it's funny. Okay. So anyway, then the superhero Mr. Incredible saves the guy, but then the guy sues him because he's like, I didn't want to be saved. I wanted to die.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, he tells him, you didn't save my life. You ruined my death. That doesn't sound appropriate for children. Listen, if there's one thing kids love, it's attempted suicides and lawsuits.
Love.
That's two things. Yeah, but the thing about kids is that they can't count. I feel like that doesn't resolve the issue, but you sure make it sound like it does, so I'm satisfied. Great. So anyway,
That's all
Mr.
it
Incredible
takes.
falls in love with this other hero, Elastigirl, and she's super stretchy. What does she look like? Hot enough that people are gonna get weird about it on the internet. People on the internet are gonna get weird about an animated character. Oh yeah, super weird. In fact, if you put her in a YouTube thumbnail, people will automatically click on it. What the hell is YouTube? I don't know. It's the early 2000s. That word doesn't mean anything. So why'd you say it? I don't know. Huh. So anyway, Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl are gonna get married. And they're gonna have kids? Yeah, 3 of them. And you can imagine what giving birth must be like for Elastigirl. I'd rather not, but you can, right? You can imagine it? Please don't make me.
No, please, no.
So anyway, superheroes get outlawed, so
Why
the
did he do
Incredibles
that?
have to lay low. What happens to supervillains? I don't know. So now Mr. Incredible hates his boring life and his boring family and his boring job. What's his job? He works in insurance, and his boss is really annoying, and he's
right.
all mad that Mr. Incredible actually wants to help people. That does sound annoying. Yeah, so Mr. Incredible, you know, throws him through multiple walls and breaks all his bones. Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty intense. So Mr. Incredible goes to jail for aggravated assault? No. He does get fired though. I guess he would. Yeah, and there's this guy from the superhero government agency or whatever that's like, Mr. Incredible, every time you do this, we gotta erase memories and
time.
relocate your family. It's expensive. Wait, if they can erase memories, why would they have to relocate families? Because. Fair enough. Anyway, then Mr. Incredible is gonna
again,
get
all it
hired by
takes.
this lady Mirage. And she's like, you gotta come beat up this robot for us on a secret island, which he does by making it stab itself. Very cool. Yeah, but he's not gonna tell his family about it because he's not supposed to be doing superhero
right.
stuff. Right, makes sense. But he's so pumped about his new job that he starts getting into shape again, and Elastigirl cannot keep her hands off of him. And you say this is a kid's movie. Well, we're not gonna show anything. We're just gonna imply that there's some intercourse going on. Okay, but you can picture it, right? Please stop making me picture things. Anyway, so Elastigirl's gonna start getting suspicious that Mr. Incredible is up to something. Oh, how come? Well, the first time that Mirage contacts him, it's through like a super secret tablet thing. Yeah, gotta keep it under wraps, I guess. Right, but the second time she gets in touch with him, she just straight up calls the family house. Oh, yeah, I guess
Straight
Mirage
up.
got lazy. Or maybe you did with your writing. Maybe a little, but I had to move the story forward somehow. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
So
geez.
anyway, Mr. Incredible's gonna go back to the island, but this bad guy Syndrome is gonna try to kill him. Uh-oh. Yeah, and we're gonna find out that he's been having this robot thing fight a bunch of supers and kill them so it can learn from them. Why would he do that? Well, he wants to make a robot that only he can kill because he's like obsessed with superheroes. Oh,
right.
okay. But when he finally does fight it, it's gonna immediately knock him out. Didn't think that one through.
Immediately.
Not really. Huh. So yeah, now Elastigirl is suspicious, so she goes to see Edna Mode. Edna Mode? Yeah, she's like a super fun costume designer that, you know, accidentally caused the death of a bunch of superheroes by putting capes on their costumes. Oh my god. Yeah, one of them was just a high
Accidentally.
school student and she got sucked into a plane engine and died. That is horrible. No, it's gonna be real funny, if you say so. So anyway, Edna
Nah.
put a tracker on Mr. Incredible's suit so Elastigirl knows where he is. Oh, so Elastigirl is gonna go save him? Yeah, she's gonna take a plane, but what she doesn't know is that her kids snuck on too.
That's
Kids
right.
are sneaky, so Syndrome is gonna try to murder them all with rockets. Oh lord. But when the plane blows up,
Murder them
Elastigirl's
all,
gonna turn
yes.
into a parachute so they could kind of float down to the ocean unharmed. Oh, thank God. But then a big plane engine is gonna fall and they're gonna have to dodge it. I thought you said they parachuted down. That's right. How did the plane engine take longer to get down than a parachute? Well, here's the interesting thing about physics. I don't understand physics. It's a pretty hard subject. So anyway, the family's gonna get to the island and the little boy Dash is gonna cause the death of about 5 people. Wow, is he gonna be emotionally scarred? No, he's gonna laugh. It seems like kids
A
these
lot.
days think that laughing at death is tight. And then Syndrome's gonna capture the whole family. Why is he even keeping them alive? Because, well, is it gonna be hard
the
for them
main
to
characters.
escape? No, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, well, he's gonna leave them all alone, and then the girl Violet is gonna use her force fields to get them out of the restraints. So Syndrome didn't know about her powers? Well, he has cameras all over the island, and several of his henchmen saw her use the powers, so he must have known. But he leaves them alone anyway. He does,
That's right.
and so then the Incredibles go stop the robot thing. How do they manage that? Well, Mr. Incredible remembers that the only way to kill it is to make it stab itself. But I thought the whole thing was that Syndrome was upgrading the robot every time it fought a hero. Yeah, I guess he forgot to do that after it fought Mr. Incredible. That's convenient. So then Syndrome is gonna try to kidnap their baby Jack, but then he's gonna get sucked into a plane engine and die. That is an extremely violent death. It is. Are there gonna be any
Extremely
consequences to
violent
their
death.
super public displays of powers? Maybe there will be in the sequel. Oh, you have a sequel planned? Yeah, it'll pick up like a few minutes after the end of this first one. Perfect, well, let's schedule it in. Great. How's like 14, 15 years from
That's
now?
right.
What?
So long. The Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie we've gotten so far. Unofficial Fantastic Four movie. But come on, that is what it is. And that's why a lot of us like it. I mean, for one, if you like the Fantastic Four and know about them, then yeah, like this is the movie for you. The sequel is also great, but this one I think is the better of the two. For me. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next one, which is the pitch meeting versus science trailer for the sequel. But I like this one. I like it. It's it does what Pixar does. Pixar is able to cater to adults and kids alike at the same time. This one's probably a little bit more adult in some scenarios because it doesn't feel like a kid's movie at all for me. It's animated, of course, you know, CGI animation, but the themes in this one resonate, I think, more with adults than they will for kids. It's fun to see Dash run. It's cool to see Violet use her powers and all that kind of stuff for the kids, I'm sure. As it is for all the superheroes in this movie. It's just cool to see. But the themes of the movie is more of an adult-themed film. And that part is what I like about it. The sequel kind of had some aspects of that too still. But it just didn't land that well for me. This one, it was just a lot better. So I prefer the first movie. In the comments, though, which one did you prefer between this one and the sequel? Which do you like more? Which one do you have more fun with? I'd like to know that, at least for this reaction. Check out the videos I got for you, which also includes the sequel. So Pitch Meeting versus Honest trailer for the sequel. Check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.